We're back with a new federal lawsuit against OpenAI. The company is being sued by the family of a victim who was killed in a mass shooting at Florida State University in April of last year that left 2 people dead. The suit alleges that OpenAI's chatbot, ChatGPT, gave the suspect advice on how to carry out the attack. OpenAI denies those allegations, saying it never stops working to improve its safeguards. In a statement, the company told NBC News last year's mass shooting at Florida State University was a tragedy, but ChatGPT is not responsible for this terrible crime. NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos is here with more on this lawsuit. Danny, good morning. So I should mention the complaint also names the shooting suspect as a defendant as well, but it claims he had extensive conversations, that's the language here, with ChatGPT. How hard is it going to be to prove that a chatbot enabled the attack in this case? Is that what it is that needs to be proved?
Probably the best thing plaintiffs have going for them in these cases is the illusion that AI intends to do anything at all. But in reality, AI intends to do no more than a coffee maker intends that I drink coffee. It's a machine, but the illusion, the way we interact with it, it sure does feel like a co-conspirator. If I put into ChatGPT, tell me how to rob a bank, a personality comes back and says, here's what you need, a balaclava, a weapon, all of these things. And it feels like intent. But this is a machine. It's not a co-conspirator that intends that I rob a bank. But the reality is we're on the frontier of this legal area of the law. So the courts, Congress, legislators have to decide how they're going to treat it. Is it Google or is it something more than that that may actually synthesize intent?
Oh, there's also a criminal investigation in Florida for this same event here, for ChatGPT's alleged part in the FSU shooting. Does that have any impact?
It might. If there are criminal charges, and it's funny because I have this exact same issue. I'm working on a motion as we speak for this. When you have parallel civil and criminal cases, it's not uncommon for courts to pause the civil case pending the outcome of the criminal case. The most obvious reason is that defendants in a criminal case have a Fifth Amendment privilege. They'll likely not testify. So they don't want to go in and sit for a deposition where they'll be forced to testify and thereby implicate their Fifth Amendment rights. But that's really only if there are criminal charges.
So, Danny, we obviously have this lawsuit. It's part of sort of this growing conversation and a growing list of legal actions taken against these companies for the words, the actions of these AI chatbots. I'm thinking also of families with these tragic stories whose children have been speaking to an AI chatbot when they have been contemplating suicide. What are the possible outcomes here? If it essentially can be proven, right? I think that's one of the interesting things, that a human said this and then the chatbot said that, because there's this log of everything that happens. What are the outcomes here? If you have that information, you take it to the court of law and you ask, is this allowed? How can we stop this?
We will remember this moment in history as the dawn of dealing with AI legally. And right now, we don't know what we're doing. So the most immediate thing you might see in a case like this is really one of 3 outcomes. The case gets thrown out by a judge who interprets the AI's conspiracy or involvement in this as not effective or a real legal claim. Or the parties might settle. You're going to see a lot of this with these companies. They don't want no trouble. We don't want to go to deposition, so we'll just settle out of court. Everything will be confidential. Or you might see ultimately this case go to trial, or legislation by Congress or state legislators as they try to deal with what AI is. Now that it's here to stay, how do we treat it legally? As a person, as a tool, or something in between?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.